As a runner that has a sweet tooth and who seems to gain weight just by looking at food, even though I run 10 kilometers or 6 miles every day, I've faced all the frustration I can take with how my training has been for the last few years. A few months ago, I decided to take control of my eating habits and remove added sugar from my diet for 30 days. Yeah, that didn't last very long. That was last year. And I feel like a failure. Why do I just keep doing the same thing over and over again, knowing that it's not the right thing to do? And this is what's happening. I need to go find some water. All right, let's see where this trail goes. Never been to this place. I don't even know the name of the place I'm in right now. But I'm up in Bradford, Ontario. I was showing properties to a client. Just finished off my day. I have been wanting to find water and be around water a lot more. Water just makes me feel good. Since I'm on this adventure to find more places to go running and to be around nature, I'm taking every opportunity I can find to do just that. Look, some people have addictive personalities. Some people don't. It's just, everyone is different. And so when I talk about my experiences and what I go through, I'm talking to those of you who may be struggling as well. Look, some of us may have it dialed in. We got it all figured out. We can deal with all of our urges. And then there's some people, such as myself, when it comes to sugar, it just doesn't work so well. This place just felt like it was so abandoned, just so left to fall apart. My hike down this way, I should be able to get down to the Holland Marsh. I've been trying to find a way to come to terms with the situation that I'm in. It's like a never-ending cycle. Something that it's kind of hard to break. And I'm just looking for a little bit of a path to get out of the situation I'm in. Well, not much of a river. It's kind of, but this is an outflow out to the river. Finding new places to run is so amazing. Inspires me to get out. See, it's telling me to go that way. And I don't want to go this way because here's the thing. I'm going away from the water now. And it also allows me time to think about the decisions that I've made when it comes to my fitness. Here. I don't know, I want to continue and I want to go down to the river. And there's some big glaring elephants in the room. And I'm going to share a little bit behind the scenes on what it's been like to be me. I'm going to see if I can get us there. I mean, the wildlife habitat would be awesome. But all this on the map shows as one big pond, and that does not look like anything like a pond, I know. Anyways, let's continue on. Let's see if we can get down to the river. So I want to talk about my undiagnosed sugar addiction. I did a video, I don't know, a couple of years back, and I was talking about sugar and how much sugar is in everything. You may as well be drinking a can of pop. Oh my God. 92 grams of sugar in Mountain Dew. Crush? 85 grams. This is why I don't drink pop. One espresso and one cookie adds up over the course of a week. And look, if I complain that, oh my gosh, I wasn't losing weight, I'm out running and, oh, I just went for a cup of coffee after a run with my buddies and, you know, I had a cookie or I had a muffin or I had a whatever it was. Sure, you may have burned off like 900 calories on that 10 kilometer run, but you're basically putting it all back on in just a little treat. And that's just a tiny little moment during that daytime. Growing up in the 70s and 80s, I was in that generation of, you know, Count Chocula for breakfast, Pop-Tarts, sugar wagon wheel cereal, and Joe Louis and Twinkies, and, you know, just chocolate and Mars bars and just stuff like that. I God, I love chocolate. And unfortunately, I still have my chocolate addiction today. And it's something that I've battled for such a long time. It's kind of part of my identity. And I find that talking about it helps. Hence why I'm doing a video on it today. If only these bugs would stay off my bald head. I cut my hair for the summer so it'd be nice and short, and it's been fantastic, but the bugs, it is what it is, I guess. You film outside, this is what you get. But just don't, the biting, God, I have welts on my head, but into this. I think there's a railroad track separating me from the river. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to the damn river. Using sugar as something like a crutch it's a habit. It makes me happy in the moment. But then the sugar crash happens after, and I feel awful. Like really awful. So much that I sometimes just can't eat dinner by the time I get home at the end of the day. Or sometimes I can't go to sleep at night because heartburn is kicking in because I've eaten like so much crap during the day. And I'm just putting it out there because if you're anything like me and you have got a sweet tooth, I hear your pain. It's not easy dealing with a sugar addiction. And I say that lightly because I haven't been diagnosed or anything like that, but man, I know when I was a kid, all I wanted, like my buddies and I, we used to go to the store and we used to buy like 4 chocolate bars. We used to buy like, I don't know, just chocolate bars. We were all about that. And Reese's peanut butter cups. And Mars bars and the Three Musketeers and just, I don't know, that's what we did. And we had like slush puppies, which is basically water with ice and liquid sugar. So I was always amped up, and my parents, they really didn't care. That was, just whatever, right? Like I would go to school, I would walk home by myself. I was like in elementary school. I took buses. I just walked home. Sometimes I would stop off at the bakery when I was a kid, when I get off the bus, and I would chow down on a couple of chocolate chip cupcakes that I used to buy before going home. And then when I got home, nobody was there, so I just kind of eat more stuff like that. And it got to a point where I would eat myself to a point of just I just felt so sick. But again, in those days, it was no big deal. Sugar was everywhere. Everyone was eating it. The commercials online. We had like, Popeye cigarette candies, right? Like everything was all about sugar. And I believe that's why I still have it today. Because in moments of stress, moments of anxiety, moments of panic attacks, moments of just a mental health moment, let's just put it out there, I turn towards the most unhealthiest things possible, even to this day. So when I get overwhelmed, I try to do the whole breathing exercises that I've been working on. I think about all the positive things that I have done in my life when it comes to running. And I get super motivated and I'm so happy and I'm like, man, but I'm a runner. I can eat things I want, but it doesn't happen. I mean, since my daughter's been home from university, my gosh, it's been hard not to eat all of the stuff that's in the house. And if you're trying to be healthy and you have an issue with sugar and it's in the house and you're just battling every day just to eat healthy. And when you're down and when you're weak, the moment happens and there it is, the sugar, right? So much sugar. And it's hard. It's something that I've been working on. It's something that I am currently still working on. It just doesn't matter how much you run, how far you run, how many hours you're on the trail. It really makes no difference. If you are sabotaging, Dave, I'm talking to you, by continuously feeding your sugar addiction and eating junk food and all these things, you're not going to see the results you want to see. It's just reality. This is my world right now. And I'm striving to be better. You got to listen to yourself. You got to stop the urges. And the days when you get on the scale and you're like, oh, look at me. I'm doing really well. I'm running really well. But why aren't I losing weight? Like, why do I still have, extra on me? And I do. And it's like I yo-yo, right? Up and down like 20 pounds. And that's not healthy. It's not good to yo-yo back and forth. And as much as I know that eating healthy is good, and I do eat all the healthy food. And as much as I know that, and as much as I do eat healthy, those cravings still pop in. And the cravings happen, and I still get derailed. Because somehow I haven't figured out a way to deal with it. And I have to find some way of dealing with it, because I can't be lying there in bed trying to go to sleep feeling like so awful because I got heartburn now. Sure, I could take all the things that help with heartburn, but then there's just something else to take. There's just something else to take. And I want to deal with the problem. Because sometimes if I'm not home, sometimes on my way home from work, I get the munchies and I'm like, oh, this is not good. I've gone through all the things, all my healthy food, and yeah, I'm drinking water, trying to fill up, but it's still not doing it. It's so difficult not to pull on over, get some gas, go in and pick up some things that it's not gonna help me. And I haven't figured out a way to deal with it yet. And that's on me. That's a struggle I face. And I know how detrimental it is. Sometimes, even when I'm home and, I have all the temptations are so hard. I find one of the things that works is if I go to bed, if I go to the bedroom and I just lie down and I close my eyes, maybe I watch a little bit of YouTube or whatever, and I close my eyes, I'm all ready for bed, teeth are brushed, I'm all kind of zenning out, maybe I read a book, whatever it is, and I think, okay, I got this. Sometimes, not all the time, sometimes I struggle to fall asleep, and then I'm like, oh, I'm hungry. I should go eat something. It's like, no, because if you go downstairs, you're going to end up eating something that you shouldn't. And I know this. And I know how awful I feel when I consume it. But I still do it. Like, yeah. Are you like that as well? Do you struggle with trying to ditch the sugar and just eat healthy? Sometimes I feel alone when I think about these things because it happens at night, no one's around, and I'm standing there thinking to myself, no one's gonna know. It doesn't matter if anyone knows anyways. I'm just gonna eat a little bit of ice cream, a little bit of chocolate, before you know it, a couple of pieces of bread, a couple of this, a couple of that. Instead, I should just drink water, stay upstairs and go to sleep. But it doesn't happen. I come downstairs for whatever reason and I just sabotage it all. Addiction can be a very hard thing to deal with. And for those of you who are anything like me, who deals with struggles with sugar addiction or food addiction or whatever it is that you deal with to sabotage yourself, or I don't know, like you can't continue to see results, or you just can't even see results if you're doing this to yourself. And I'm talking to you, Dave. It's hard. It's hard to talk about the things that go on in our lives. And yeah, I mean, I run, but I can't outrun a bad diet. I just can't. And it sucks because I do like food, but sometimes I like too much of the things that don't help me. And when I look at my running performance, I can see a correlation with my eating habits and how I'm improving or how I'm not improving. And I go, I know what the problem is. I know what's making my running crummy. I know why I haven't lost the weight. But it's still not strong enough to stop me from doing it. So I'm on this mission to figure it out. I don't know what the answer is at the end of the day. I'm going to keep running like I do. But if you look at these results, doing math test after math test after math test, I'm just experimenting. I'm not doing it. Instead of doing it like once a month, I thought, hey, I just over the next couple of weeks, let's just see what happens, see where I am. The weather got cooler, less humidity. Did I improve on this run? No, not at all. So yeah, I still got weight to lose. I know that. I'm still a runner. I still do my thing. And I'm still happy with how I feel at the end of a run. But there are those moments in the day where life just seems to get so overwhelming. I end up looking for comfort food and it just happens. Working on it. I'm a work in progress. You'd think I would have learned by now, but apparently not. Apparently it's still a thing. It's okay. It's okay. I'll get there. And I'll document it and I'll share it on YouTube. And at the end of the day, I never did find my river. It kind of sucks. Okay, so here's the thing. I may be able to find water on my way home. This is Cook's Bay all here, and then out there, that's Lake Simcoe. See what I mean about my sugar addiction? It's a habit. I wanted to check out a new place. Got a nice coffee, got an ice cream. It's pretty sweet hanging out here by the water. Well, I'm back at the same place many hours later, looking for my sunglasses. I don't know. I don't seem to have much success with sunglasses. But the only reason I drove all the way back here was their prescription. I really just don't want to have to get another pair of prescription sunglasses. So that's why I'm back. Many hours later, it's getting dark. I'm literally the only one here. I don't know. I think someone's picked them up thinking that, oh, it's a nice pair of sunglasses. And then they put them on and when they got home, or so, I don't know, maybe they got rid of them. But this is, I had it in my hand. I took it off in the video when I was walking up this hill. It's not in the parking lot. It's not in my car. It's not on the road as I drove out. Sunglasses. Anyways, it happens. I'm just striving to be better. I'm just striving to curb the appetites and to curb all the crap out of my diet. Just trying to stop it. I don't know. It works. I yo-yo and it's not a good thing. But you can't see improvement. I've been doing this experiment for the last little while. And you can see, right? Like on the side of the screen here, you can see the results. They kind of stagnate. They don't improve. It takes time to see improvement. So just know, it takes time, patience, stick with it. I'm here with you. I'm going through it myself. So if you've watched this for the first time and you want to follow along on my running journey, on my adventure, on trying to be a better person, exploring new places to run, yeah, follow along. Hit the subscribe button, like the video, comment. I always answer the comments, sometimes not right away, but I do. I do appreciate you being here. It does mean a lot to me. I'd love to make this a full-time gig, but no, I'm nowhere near that yet. I'll work on it. I'm just doing my thing. So if you want to know how much sugar is in foods and what happens when you give up sugar, this video right here is certainly going to help open your eyes to that. So like I always say, get out and run.